We're joined post-match by senior coach Chris Newman. Thank you very much for your time. 2 wins on the bounce. We had a tricky spell there. What do you reckon's been behind this turnaround?
There's been a few things. I think one thing we sort of scaled it back and got everyone to really sort of refine what their role is within the team and simplified things a little bit. One thing that's helped is probably the pressure that we've been able to put on opposition when they've got their hands on the ball. We've restricted the opposition to going inside 50 both weeks, so it certainly helps when you do that. So I think we've just got a pretty good balance at the moment, albeit it sort of doesn't get any easier from here on in. So we need to try and maintain that pressure on defence throughout the bye, and hopefully come back after the bye with the same sort of attitude.
The conditions out there were pretty tough at times, and it was hard to know what par was until halftime. But throughout it, the defensive unit was excellent. How did you appraise the back six and the team's defence on the day?
Yeah, we thought we were probably shaky early. They were quite efficient. Their inside 50s were low in the first half, but they were quite efficient when they went in. I think they went in 16 times and they scored 11 times. So, they were under the pump in the way in which they were able to move the ball inside 50. So it wasn't necessarily the defender's fault. It was probably a lack of defence across all lines. So, we tried to address that at half time. Thought we got a better balance of that in the second half, and obviously when we capitalise, it makes it a lot easier too. So kicking goals rather than points would be nice. But I thought the endeavour was there, and I thought it was just a really solid contest for that first half.
One of the good news stories out of the day was Big Nolsey came in for his debut. How did you see his performance on the day?
Yeah, I thought he was terrific. He the one thing that he does bring naturally is he's a competitor, so we were really keen to just get him in against the quality opposition. Heratuku took a bulk of the ruck today, and we really rate him. So he was able to play his role magnificently for us today. Provided some really good use for us inside, and he's a real athlete, so he can cover the ground. So he worked really hard for us defensively as well today. Just good to get a win on debut.
And then lastly, you mentioned the bye next week for us, and then a short run, 5 games to the finals. How are you going to approach that run in?
We'll just have to review this game and see what the things are, the key takeaways from that, and then try and refresh as well as possible. It's a pretty long season probably for some of the younger guys that are involved. So when we can get a bit of a break, we certainly make sure we freshen them up there. But on the flip side of that, we have to make sure that they're razor sharp when they come back through the door. So we'll give them their break now, and then just make sure we cover off on some of the things we need to attack the second half or the second part of the season.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on the win.